Hello everybody, this is Dee and welcome back to my channel, Dee Plans and Budgets. Today is a treat. So if you want to see something different on this channel, and that would be my planners, please stay tuned. You all know that the name of my channel is Dee Plans and Budgets, and because that's what I do. I am a long time tracker and list maker and journaler, and there's nothing I love more than a to-do list except for checking off the items on the to-do list and seeing them all completed. I love to put pen to paper and the whole experience of that. And about 5 or 6 years back, I discovered decorative planning and I was hooked because I've been a paper crafter for a while, but when you do paper crafting, quite often you're making things, cards or embellishments or whatever, and you're giving those to other people, and you don't ever really get to enjoy the stuff that you make. With decorative planning, I get to make things beautiful, and then I get to enjoy them. And so I thought I would share with you today my planner lineup for 2023. There is one more planner aside from this, but it's just one I keep my blood pressure in. And then of course you've seen my budget planner, which I no longer do any decorating on. I used to, but it's just had to go all function now. I use a lot of Happy Planner stuff, but I also mix in some other things as well. And I thought, since I just decorated these for the first week of the month, and there's nothing in there, no personal information, that kind of stuff, I thought I would just let you see my planners and the planner layouts that I'm using. So we'll start with this little Stayology. I like to do my fitness tracking. I like to do it just in a form like this, where I track each day. I track my minutes of activity, my minutes of exercise, my calories of activity, my minutes of exercise, and my steps. And then I also write down my weight every day. And I like doing it this way because I can use up a lot of incomplete Happy Planner books, books that I don't have enough to make whole spreads for, or some of those stickers in the Happy Planner stuff that don't work for me. And so I really like doing this because I get to use up a bunch of my stickers. And so this is just an example of the layouts that I have using this style. And this is for my fitness. This is the first year I've used a Stayology. Last year I used a Wonder 222 on this. The next planner that I have is a Happy Planner, and it's a mini dashboard. And this I am using for planning for my YouTube channel. And so this I just decorate. And this is the only one I have my plans in, but that's fine. It's just my schedule for next week. And this is called a dashboard layout. I use a dashboard layout for my daily planner as well. It is my preferred planner of choice, and I'll talk about that more when I get into it for the dashboard, actual dashboard part. Actually, let me grab that out now and we can talk about that. So here is my first spread for January. And the reason that I like the dashboard is because, like I said, I'm a list maker and I like lines. So I tried the Happy Planner Vertical many, many times. As a matter of fact, until this year, I was using the big vertical for my journal. But even with that, it is difficult because it's okay to write like big words in and bullet points, but it's really hard when I was trying to journal a little bit about the day. And so that's why I switched, and I'll show you that in a minute. But that is the main reason that I prefer the dashboard. I always can keep my running grocery list over here, important things to do, big highlight things to do. Usually that's like big chores, if I need to make any phone calls, that kind of thing for the week, that I keep on this side. And this side I can put the daily things that I have to do. I really prefer the dashboard layout for my Happy Planner. And of course you can see I don't always use just Happy Planner stickers. I mix them up sometimes. And I just love the decorative aspect of planning, because if you're going to make a list, if you're going to keep track of something, you might as well do it on something that's pretty. Now these next two are probably the most important ones in my planner layout, or my planner lineup. And this one is what I do with this, and I don't want to pull one out because they're pretty personal. But what I do is I do through the month, and I go through, like I said, this year I wanted to add a little bit more actual journaling, but I go through each day and I just kind of write down the highlights of the day. Things that I did, big, bullet point things that I did. I don't write down, went to the store, went to vacuum floor. I don't do that kind of stuff. It's more like today was a great day with family, or the weather was fantastic, I really enjoyed my walk, or something that I heard, something that stood out. And this year I'm going to add a little bit more of the journaling to that. And then what I do when the month is all done, I go back. I have a Canon Selfie, and so I can print collage pictures. So after the month is over, I go back and I put pictures in of highlights for the month. And so then when I'm going back and looking through this planner, which I do all the time because of my memory keeper, I start the month, I look at the picture of the highlights of the month, of the things that I loved, and then I can go through and read about the things that I've done. Another thing that keeping this type of planner does, and I have 5 years worth of these, but keeping the pictures in it like that, if I ever had a crash and lost all of my data and everything on my phones or my iPads or my backup, I have enough pictures in here that I wouldn't feel I lost the memory of everything. Again, I like to put pen to paper. I love to go through these books. I love how messy they are when they're not messy because I make sure and mix up my fonts and my handwriting and such. But I just love how full they are, how busy they are. I start with a busy spread like this, and then I write all over it in different fonts, and it just looks really nice. At the end of this video, I might stop it and see if I can find a couple of pages that don't have too much personal information that I could share with you. This journal here, and I use a different one every year. I always try something different, and this is a new layout for me I wanted to try. This is probably the most important and life-changing thing that I do in my planner lineup. I started this about 4 years ago, and this is a gratitude journal, and it completely changed my life. I can worry, I can tend to overthink, and with this gratitude journal, at the end of every day, I sit down and I think about something I am grateful for. Some days I have to, weed out of the 72 things in my life that I'm grateful for. What's the one I'm going to write down? Some days I have to look really hard to find that thing that I'm grateful for. But when I go to bed at night thinking about all the things in my life that I'm grateful for, I am more appreciative of the things, the people, the time, everything that I am blessed with. If you struggle at all with your mental health, I recommend that you keep a memory journal and that you keep a gratitude journal. Try it for 1 year. You don't even have to have a fancy planner. You can write these things down in a notebook. It completely and totally change your life. So now let me leave a break right here in case I can insert a piece of one of my planners in another video. Alrighty, I think I found a couple of completed spreads here. I'm not going to leave it here too long. Here's just an example of how this is when I get it all done. This is just so satisfying to have these spreads all done. You see I mix up this stuff. Just fun. Okay, so it's a little bit different of a video for you all. It's going to keep it short and sweet. I hope it didn't bore you, but there's a huge crossover in the budgeting community and the planning community, and I just thought it would be nice to share this part of me with you. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'm gonna say it. Take a walk. I highly recommend it. Bye.